Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Narek with the Hookah Central. We've gotten a lot of requests in lately on how to pack a Egyptian head because you guys saw our heads have been smoking very well. So I'm just going to demonstrate how I pack my Egyptian heads. I'm just going to be using some Fakher flavor. Okay, just start off. I already have some Fakher lemon mint inside here. I just use this to mix the tobacco around so it doesn't fall everywhere. What I just do after I pour it inside here, if you're mixing with a different flavor, you just want to get it mixed really well and make sure they're not clumped together, so you break the clumps around. And then after that, I just get the head on. As you guys can see, I'm using Egyptian head, but it's fairly shallow, so you guys might end up using more tobacco than I am. So okay, just start off after I break the tobacco around. I get it and I just sprinkle it into the bowl. Let me do it at an angle so you guys can see that. Just sprinkle it evenly so it's not clumped in one area, and then you can just don't pack it in, you can just spread it around with your hands. Okay. What you want is for the tobacco to get just to the tip of the bowl. I mean, this is my method if I'm packing Fakher. If I'm packing Nakhla, I have a different method for doing that, but we'll get into that later on. As you guys can see, it's just at the rim, maybe a tiny bit over. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, as long as it's not too high. I don't know if you guys can see that well. After that, that's basically it. I just need to get the foil and let me clean my hands real quick. As for the foil, you can use any foil as long as it's not too thin or too thick, because if it's too thick, what's going to happen is that it's not going to smoke very well because not enough heat is going to be able to go through, and if it's too thin, you're going to have too much heat, the head is going to burn out quicker, it's not going to last long, it's just not going to be good. What I usually use is some Reynolds heavy duty wrap, or you can just buy the pre-cut hookah foils that they sell, it doesn't really make a difference. What I like to do is get it on there nice and tight, so it sort of looks like a drum, how it's perfectly on there, and then squeeze so there's no air, just if you don't squeeze too hard so it doesn't rip. But what I like to do is press along the edges so I make sure I have no leaks that are gonna go out. You can see along the rim there's a nice line. That's about it. After I do that, let me grab a toothpick real quick. Okay, how I like to start it off is how I like to start it off is I make one hole right in the center and push it all the way through. This is just a personal method, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but in my experience this makes the airflow a lot better, the head tends to last longer as well. I don't know if the camera can see that, but you can see through to the other side from that hole. Okay, and what I usually do is I just start off, you can start off anyway, I mean making the holes is all personal preference, so you can start off anyway, just make sure there's an even spread of holes and they're not too big or not too small. Sorry about that again. Okay, I have about an even spread. These holes are a little bigger than I'd like them to be. I mean, sorry, I was distracted by the phone call, but you guys get the general idea, just a tad bit smaller than that. And what I do is I don't like to use grommets for the head. I tend to use these, just a regular bounty napkin, you can get it. Moisten it up a little so it sticks on there. Just wrap it around here so it's nice and tight. Okay, and we already have our charcoal, so we could get that started. Hopefully it's not black. Alright guys, well you generally get the idea. That's my method for just packing Fakher. You could use the same for Starbuzz, But the reason I say that is because I personally pack Nakhla a different way. I tend to pack more of it because it has a higher heat tolerance, so it could put more tobacco inside, and it tends to be more of a nicotine rush. So for those of you who get lightheaded quickly, I wouldn't recommend doing it, but you could always give it a shot, see how you like it. But that's basically it. This was Narek with the Hookah Central. Thank you guys for watching. And if you guys have any other requests, be sure to let me know. Send me a message or write a comment. Be happy to hear it. Have a good one.